From the newsroom with more. Laverne.
Thanks, Ginger. Governor DeSantis was in Fort Pierce giving remarks about the economy. I had a chance to speak with him exclusively one-on-one after that presentation about Central Florida and so much more. Any thoughts on these tariffs, the tariff wars with China? If you were president, would you have handled things like this?
Well, what I'd say about this is I think it's a moving target. I think this is very fluid. I think you're going to probably land somewhere different than where you are now. You see the market gyrations, which obviously can spook people. I do think there's a lot of uncertainty where, some people may like tariffs, some people may not, but like business, just tell me what the rules are going to be. And so once they arrive, maybe after the end of the 90-day period where they've done the deals, people know what the rules are, I think that'll provide a lot of assurance.
People like what they're hearing from you. One of the things is the property taxes. Tell us more about that.
Well, this has been the crunch for Florida residents, that we've had a boom in property values, which there's some benefits to that, obviously, because your house is worth more, but then your value gets assessed and you get a bigger property tax bill. And that's true even if you have the homestead protection, because they still let it go up. So you do those cumulative increases over 3, 4, 5 years when we've seen property values go up and homeowners want relief. So that's the #1 way we can provide Floridians with really meaningful tax relief. So far, the Florida House of Representatives has not been interested in pursuing property tax relief. I think that's a mistake.
The other big thing is immigration. What are your thoughts? Florida judge saying that they're not going to go with this immigration situation. What are your thoughts?
Well, we're now in a situation in this country where judges are basically running immigration policy. So remember, Biden allowed the border to be open. He wasn't enforcing the law, and these judges would say, oh, well, a state can't go in and enforce the law. So they gave a blank check for Biden not to enforce the law. Now you have a new administration, the Trump administration, that wants to enforce it, and they're throwing sand in the gears in that. So it's kind of like heads they win, tails I lose. That's not the way this should be done. We have the right to make sure that the laws are enforced. Some of the people that they're in the courts, some of these people are parts of like gang members and stuff. Like, why would they have more? It's almost like they have more due process than an American citizen with some of these judges. So I do think there's a concerted effort to kneecap immigration enforcement. I'm proud of the work that we've done. We've been the leading state working with the federal government on doing these operations.
Governor DeSantis also talked about some of his concerns for Central Florida. You can watch the entire interview on clickorlando.com. Back to you.
Laverne, thank you. Well, it is